Hello and welcome to Comic Solving Problems. I'm Stephen Allen.
And I'm Eric McElroy. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for tuning in. This is a show where myself and Steve, as indicated, are going to be here as comics to solve your problems. And we are in season 2, episode 35 of this show. It was originally called Comics in Quarantine Solving Problems, but we dropped the in quarantine, Steve, because
it was all over and done with and we're all going to be free again.
But now all of Britain is in quarantine from the entire rest of the world, as I'm sure we're going to talk about through the course of the show. But the truth still remains that we are comics and we are here to solve problems. And that is what we will, as we have done for 2 series and 35 episodes, failed to do, and we will fail to do again tonight. So thank you for tuning in. You can watch us on the YouTube or whatever platform you're on. Please do subscribe to the channel, do the bell thing so you can get alerted when we're on. All the past episodes are there. We talked about all kinds of fun things over the last year. If you're on the Facebook, you can hit the share button so other people can see what sort of sick shit you get up to. Other things other platforms, Twitter, wherever else we are. And if you're enjoying what you see at any point over the course of the next 8 hours that we're live streaming and we've locked onto your devices and you can't turn it off, you can contribute to the show and purchase us a coffee if you'd like to, if you think, hey, we feel bad for these guys because they got a chance to do live gigs and now that's gone again. So that's basically it. Thanks for being here, and we're going to solve some problems, aren't we, Steve?
Yeah, it's emotional. Crack into problem number 1 then. I'll sort this one out for you if you don't mind. This one starts out more with almost the solution up top. I apologise. There you go. That's better, isn't it?
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice to hear.
Yeah, I'm sorry, because I feel like everything that's happened recently has been my fault.
Oh.
Here's what's happened, right? We were getting so close to Christmas, and I thought, well, the schools are breaking up now. Yeah, what could go wrong? We're getting it's the one Christmas where there won't be Christmas parties at workplaces. No work dues. No opportunity to spread the disease that way. Brilliant. Also no opportunity to take the head of accounts into a stationery cupboard and do some rude stuff. Which, as we're both self-employed, we both have to throw our own Christmas parties and touch ourselves up in the stationery cupboard.
Good times.
Yeah, less fun than it seemed. Cold hands, that was the problem.
Yeah, kind of like every day.
Yeah, you got to have a hobby. But everything looked like we were so close to Christmas, and all of the restrictions, we'd just been through a lockdown, and I caught myself saying the words, what could go wrong now? I did it. I jinxed it. I tempted fate. And I'm sorry because I feel like I've caused all of this. And I do want to mention, because I'm crafty at putting plugs for my own books in, it's not the first time that I've managed to tempt fate. So for the last 2 years, I've been writing books, which are like a summary of topical comedy stuff from the year. For the last 2 years, they've been called Lasted Another Year and Lasted Yet Another Year. And then, after those 2 years, I tempted fate, didn't I? Because now, actually lasting a year is an accomplishment. I didn't realise. So this year's book, which is available now on Amazon, is called Lasted Another Year Despite a Pandemic. If you would like to read 12 months worth of... And this is like articles from every single week of the year that we've been through. By God, it's a depressing read. With jokes, but it's a depressing read. But so I'm no neophyte. I'm no novitiate when it comes to tempting fate and ruining things. I did with the books, and I'd flippin' done it again because I thought surely nothing could go wrong, and it did. Let's go through some of the headlines proving how wrong things went. Here's the Express: mutant virus skyrockets. Now tier 4 to spread. This is this new mutant virus that's terrifying. Actually, we'll just zoom in on that picture there. Daddy's a bit busy at the minute. Sorry, Wilf. Isn't that a widow that you'd like to... Well, do you know what? We'll move on. Otherwise, you know what I'm like. I'll start doing Nigella jokes again. But front page of the Times. Mutant virus is everywhere. Also, another interesting picture. You see, that picture on the front of the Times today tells us what's wrong with the concept of Superman and Clark Kent. Because even though they're wearing a mask, I still think that's Santa.
You can, sure.
You can
Which one? Are you talking about the one on the right?
So maybe it is a good disguise after all. Front page of the Daily Mail goes with no end in sight for Christmas tears. Also, let's just zoom in on the one on the top. Royal Christmas blunder. William and Kate mingle, Edward and Sophie family, group of 9, despite the rule of 6. And I think I understand. I have sympathy for the royals. It must be difficult for them to count how many people are in a group when they all refer to themselves as one. Now, that is my favourite joke that I'm going to do tonight.
It's probably the only joke.
It's all downhill from there. If I'd have had time, I would have recorded me doing a Prince Charles impression saying one. Wouldn't have added to the joke. Would have made me feel like I was busy. But not everyone is particularly upset about the change of rules at Christmas, because the Christmas bubbles have gone. We were meant to have 5 days together. Now it's just going to be 1 day. Yeah. There was a guy on BBC News earlier, and he was asked, what do you think about the change in Christmas restrictions? He said,
a touch, really, because I was meant to be going to the mother-in-law's, but I got to go now, so it's a right touch. There they are.
What I like about him is that, see you later. The fact that he didn't say the words, stay lucky, ooh, I think is a miracle. But until he gets home and his missus is sat there watching BBC News. All right, love. Oh. So he's going to have a fun one. So the Christmas restrictions have changed. Here's my theory. No one will see any relatives at Christmas.
Okay.
Let me tell you why. There'll be 2 types of people. Those who just Skype or Zoom to say, oh, we can't make it, we're staying at home. And there'll be those who Skype or Zoom from a car saying, we're stuck on a motorway, we won't make it. Because this nation grinds to a halt when a few people try and go to the beach on a bank holiday. There's 1 day that you're allowed to travel on. Not a fucking chance. So it's going to be a nightmare out there. Flipping Chris Rea driving home for Christmas, he's getting arrested. It's crazy out there. So look, I do think it's going to be a difficult one. Some people are going to miss having that time together, but maybe we just move Christmas to next year. There's no reason to have it in December. It's replacing a pagan festival or something. And who hasn't sat there thinking, I wonder what it's like for Australians to sweat on Christmas Day? We could find out. We could do a Christmas 6 months from now. That's why. Why not? Wrapping paper is probably going to be cheaper. Santa might not be happy. That beard must be quite sweaty. But then think about actually also longer days. So he's got fewer hours of darkness to deliver all the presents. But he might be happier about coming down people's chimneys during a season when people aren't lighting fires. So, there's for and against. And all I can say is, look, I'm sorry I tempted fate. My thoughts are with you. If this is going to be a difficult Christmas for you, do the best, hang in there. And look, come on, it's not that long until 2021. And surely that can't be any worse. So yeah, that's not sure if I've solved the problem. I'll try. I think I might have made it worse.
Yep, and you've just ruined 2021. I can say I think a lot of people in the UK will be sweating for Christmas because they've got the mutant virus.
Oh yeah, it's a fever.
So, yeah, we'll get to feel like what it's like in Australia.
Do you? Because I'm thinking this is going to be an actual campaign. I think we should have Christmas 6 months from now.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell my kids that right now and say, hey, kids, good news. We're going to have a full normal Christmas. You just have to wait another 6 months for your presents.
Yeah, teaches them a good lesson.
They will burn this fucking house down.
But the thing is, even if you get terrible presents, the good thing about next summer being Christmas is you only have 6 months to wait to get better ones.
That you can try. I can try that. I can try it.
Think about it.
So let's should we have a look? Do subscribe. Don't forget that. You can join us in the conversation. Yes. We're going to have a look at the comments here in a second. And if you've enjoyed any of the work that Steve and I do as we chat, make sure you can chuck us a drink. It is Christmas.
Exquisite Tenderness says, Christmas every 5 years. Wow, not even as frequent as the Olympics. You cold-hearted son of a gun.
We've had other people say good evening, and good evening to you as well. Exquisite Tenderness has also said, you may not want to know this, but I'm watching Having a Poo, and I'm on the toilet.
Good.
Which is good, because if you were in our front garden, that would be a concern on a number of different levels.
Shades of North says, hello, you too. Praise Jesus, Exquisite says, thank you for that. That's really helps, because we talked about
it's the season.
Yeah.
Mark says, it's been pointed out that baby Wilf hasn't grown. He's the same size he was in July.
Dun, dun, dun.
I don't know what that is about.
Brexit.
Is that the name of the baby?
Yeah, Wilfred. So that's why they called it Wilf, but I just thought Wilf, Milf,
I thought that was kind of a harsh joke, to be fair. Making fun of a little baby without a daddy at Christmas.
Unless
that baby's... I mean, maybe that child's daddy is a lorry driver, but...
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I did sit there today trying to work out what to do the Wilf joke on. Because I thought, MILF, GILF, Wilf, there were so many options. But I eventually went for Widow. Because,
that's always comedy gold.
It's Christmas.
One of the rules of comedy, always go for the widow.
Yeah.
If you find one in the audience, especially in the front row, that's the rest of the show.
Yeah. It's bizarre that the baby's not grown then, because he'd clearly not got much in common with his dad, because it's not as if Boris is svelte. So, you can pile on the pounds. Clearly. Look, the two things that help babies grow, eating calories, his dad enjoys that, and crying for the breast. His dad enjoys that. What else we got?
It's not just the crying for the breast that you need, Steve. You need the breast.
Okay. Crying for the bottle. I bet his dad does that as well. Chris says, a closed mouth gatherer, no feet, as Terry Wogan once said. A closed mouth gathers no feet. That's it.
Okay, good. Jack says, I'm very impressed by Steve's throwaway use of neophyte, I can't even say it, and novitiate in the same sentence.
Like a young monk. A novitiate, someone who's new to the game.
Did you say that?
Yeah. You're not paying attention.
I kind of fade in and out, to be honest. Yeah. I'm focusing on a lot of different things.
Oh,
I got a lot of plate spinning here.
You got a lot of plate spinning? What, all the buttons to do all of the gallery work?
I have to worry that
whether I'm
ready to press the next button to make sure everything works. It's not easy sitting here, flying, solo.
Yeah, looks like it. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Right, keep the messages coming through. You can tweet us as well. That's on the screen. And if you're enjoying the show, and also, 'tis Christmas. The time of giving money to people via a Ko-fi link.
We do have a new goal today as well. We have goals on our Ko-fi link. I don't think Steve knows about this goal. Please hold while I give it to you. The new goal is we're 40% of the way there already. It's just £65, and it's space to park Steve's lorry.
Yes.
Yep.
Do you know what?
Because
and I was going to say I could make money because now we're here. I'm in Gravesham. I've got a parking space out the back. I could shift the car, put a lorry in there, make a little bit of the sweet, sweet scratch.
Because as it says here in the goal, when Steve isn't doing the show, he drives a lorry. There's no need to. But you don't haul anything, but you just like the power. But now you do have a car parking space, but you don't have enough space for the lorry.
Yeah.
So this is a campaign to help with that.
Oh, thank you. I tell you what, people in Kent love the idea of another lorry being on the road. Yes, please.
Yep.
We'll have some of that.
So there we go. But should we turn our attention to another problem, Steve?
Let's do it. Problem time.
What do you say to people, and we've talked about this a lot on the show, to convince them that Trump has lost? I mean, because the president himself doesn't seem to be acknowledging it. We could see this. He tweeted earlier today. He even brought out the all caps, so it's serious. The Democrats dumped hundreds of thousands of ballots in the swing state late in the evening. It was a rigged election. That's my new Trump impression. It was tagged as an inappropriate tweet. What's nice is after he is gone, Twitter will just take the tweets down and hopefully take the president down as well. But basically, you still got the president of the United States claiming he won the election, that it was a rigged election because he's trying to get people to give him money because supporters are, But I was like, what? Are people buying this? Do people really believe this? And so I thought, what? I don't want to just be one of those liberal people who just talks to themselves and talk to you. You've got no idea what's going on. You just say these fancy novitate words. And
novitate.
I don't know what it means. But I thought, I'll reach across. And so I called up somebody in the States who is a Trump supporter to find out if they still believe, we did this earlier today, that he is indeed winning the election. And here's that interview. Hi, Jim Bob, Billy Bob. Thanks so much for joining me today. No problem. I'm glad to be here to defend America from global elites and Hugo Chavez and people with cockapoos. It ain't a real dog. I have a cockapoo, but I wanted to talk to you about the fact that Trump has lost this election by every metric and news report. That's not what I've been hearing.
and I follow two people on Twitter. Two honest-to-God, good God-fearing Christians. Donald J. Trump and Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey, I don't know if he's such a good role model.
I just read the tweets, man. I just read the tweets.
But let's just talk about the election. I got this from Fox News. Biden won just over 81 million votes, and Trump won just over 74 million votes. Biden clearly won the popular vote.
That's because of California. You got to take that out. You got to get rid of all the hippies and the porn stars. That makes all the difference. I mean, obviously not all the porn stars. You know what I mean.
Well, that would be a disenfranchisement of millions of Americans. I mean, if you actually take out the 11 million votes that Biden got in California and the 6 million votes that Trump got in California, Biden still wins the election.
Well, then you just need to take away another state that Trump lost, and then he wins.
So you want to just keep removing votes until your candidate wins?
That's the idea.
Regardless, Biden clearly won the Electoral College. I mean, that's what elects the president.
No, because there was voter fraud in the states that Biden won. Because you had the mail-in ballots, and nothing ever good comes from the mail. It's just late bills and letters from the ex-wife asking for child support and dead people.
Couldn't you just say the same for the states that Trump won?
Well, why would I say that? I mean, we need those states. Look, in some states, they counted too many ballots, and in other places, they didn't count enough ballots. That's where the fraud was. Don't get me started on those Dominion machines. They're all controlled by the aliens.
You mean the alien non-residents from other countries?
Yeah, those aliens I was talking about.
Those claims about the voter machines are totally untrue. Even Fox News, Newsmax, One American News Network, they've all had to rescind those claims. They've all backed off of them.
Well, they're all in on it, too. They get you one by one. That's what they do. And if Donald Trump leaves on the 20th of January, we'll know that they got to him, too. I mean, if he leaves, that means Donald Trump doesn't support Donald Trump. And those of us that support Donald Trump will never support that.
But the Electoral College has voted, and on the 6th of January, Congress will affirm that vote. Biden will be the next president of the United States.
Blah, 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 blah. You still there? Blah, 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 blah.
Well, thanks, Billy Bob, Jim Bob. Well, I guess we better call the alien overlords and let them know the conquest is nearly complete. I was supposed to cut off that last bit. I didn't want to.
Oh.
I've revealed too much, Steve.
Awkward. Awquado.
The alien overlords will be angry.
Wow. A good get. That was a real good interview to get.
Thank you. Yeah.
Do you know what? I think anyone ever watching this show should realise if we start off the show and you're freshly shaven, at some point you do that bit.
There's a very good point that Bim Bob Jilly Bob's going to make a point. Whatever his name is. I think his name has been different every single time. But yeah, I figured you'd know I was going to bring the character out one more time before Christmas.
Good.
So clean shaven, end of the year special.
What was weird is somehow it looks like Jim Bob Billy Bob seems to have a better webcam than you. I don't understand it. It looks so crisp.
His coloring wasn't right, though. I still haven't figured out the green screen coloring.
Yeah.
And that's why we need your contributions to help. It's better.
Yeah.
It's better that there has been an evolution of the green screen. I don't want to give it away. If people want, Jim Bob is not real. It's me.
No.
If anybody's confused.
What?
Well, I mean, look at that.
Jim Bob Billy Bob, how are you? What are you doing here? Eric, did you just see Jim Bob Billy Bob?
There you go. He's the magic. Peekaboo. Peekaboo. Anyway,
which is about the level that we're working at these days. Right, back into the comments section.
Signed to a higher level.
Brit says hello everyone, and then says watching with my mum. So bring on the craziness. Oh, hello, Brit's mum.
Hello, Brit's mum. Jim Bob, Billy Bob likes the mums. Hello, mum.
Wow, likes the Wilfs. Utah says, was that Bubba who shot the jukebox because it played a sad song and made him cry?
He would do that. Yes, he would.
Good backstory.
Especially, yeah. Let's see. I've lost. Oh, someone's asked when the MASH report's coming back. Any announcements there, Steve?
No, nothing other than rumor and speculation and hope and crossed fingers, but not this year.
But do you need it anymore? Because you got this.
Hey, this show, we've not even talked about it. This show has managed to have a clip go viral. You know those kind of weird things where people send on messages to their friends?
Yep.
Text message or a WhatsApp or anything. Flipping this show did one.
Yep.
That's why the MASH report became big, because we had clips that went viral.
Yeah. The nice thing was I found out about it because someone in the industry was talking to me, and I was trying to promote the show to them. And it was only at the end of the phone call they went, "Oh, you know what? Somebody sent me a clip of you guys."
Yeah.
And I was like,
actually gone viral.
But it was one of your clips. It was your little fake vaccination card. And it was very well done, and it's been popular. So let's see. Let's see. Hope. Britt says, "Hope space to park Steve's lorry is not you being rude."
Right.
Not in front of your mum.
What's that line from WAP? I want to put this. I can't remember the quote. But there's a quote about parking a car in a garage.
And it's
and hitting that dangly thing in the back of my throat. I think that's one of the lyrics as well. Anyway, moving on.
There we go. Heather has said, "Can you make some sensible and funny comments, please, or switch to YouTube?"
I think that might be an argument breaking out between people on Periscope. I don't know. Shades of North says, "Is a navete where the person can find a microwave?" This is what, because that's the thing, is I can now quote that word back and Eric's got no idea what it is. So at some point I'm going to change it to like Novotel Hotel, and he's going to think that's the word that means a young monk.
Oh, you were talking about the hotel. Mark did catch up a joke that I made in my sketch, which I did miss, and when I was watching it back, I was like, I should have played up on this. And it's where I said to Jim Bob Billy Bob that Trump has lost by every metric, and Jim Bob Billy Bob should have said, "We don't allow the metric in this country." And Mark has said Trump would never lose by any metric. The USA uses imperial measurements. So Jim Bob Billy Bob would not have been happy about that. And you were right, Mark, to call that out. I apologize.
So if you take a week off, we'll just get him on instead.
Which one?
Doing the jokes
Jim
for
Bob?
you? No, we'll get Mark on doing the jokes.
We can do. So Mark, there you go. You free on Christmas?
Chris says Eric is Clark Kent. I knew there was something going on. Mark says Steve is stuck in Kent. Yep, cheers. Tier 4, all the way, baby.
Yep, but I currently have the body more of fat Thor.
Fat Thor.
I'm in the fat Thor stage of life.
More of that Solomon Grundy vibe.
Let's see. Yeah, you're stuck in Kent, and when one American news network says that Trump lied, it's game over. Yep, that's true. Mark has said that, and basically what they did is all of those news channels have basically been saying that these Dominion voting machines changed the election and were counted outside the U.S. And so Dominion and another company called Smart Tech or something have basically said, "We're suing you, and you're going to have to prove," because that's how the lawsuits in America work, that you've got proof of this. And they all went, "You know what, we're going to air little episodes, the little fact check things that say everything we've been saying over the last month is bullshit."
Really?
Okay. So they've all done that.
But I don't trust the Dominion, because I think they teamed up with the Kardashians, and that's why there was a war over the wormhole. It's Bajoran, but they wanted control of it.
I have no idea what you're talking
Star
about.
Trek Deep Space Nine. How could you not guess it was a Star Trek reference? It's been a while.
The Kardashians were in...
Yeah. Khloe Kardashian teamed up with Odo, the shapeshifter. Next thing you know, war.
So when we look back at the stats for the show, we see a drop.
Every time I talk about Star Trek. You got to have a hobby.
Bring us back, Steve. Bring us back. Solve this problem. Solve this problem.
Keep the messages coming through. Keep some money going in the pot will be very much appreciated. I'm going to solve you another problem is what I'm going to solve you. This one is a big one. Front page news, big panic. So I sat around earlier on looking on social media and I noticed that something was trending. Panic buying was trending. And I thought, oh, shit, the bad people are buying. Right, that's it. Sod the show. I'm going to have to go. What is it that they're panic buying? Lettuce.
What?
It might sit this one out. Oh, no, there's shortages of lettuce. Oh, how will I cope without the Christmas salad? I mean, the front page of the Star today, quite rightly, asked the question, just who the hell stockpiles lettuce? It goes curly at the drop of a hat. And also, no one needs lettuce. Who are you imagining that at some point in the future, some little kid will say, Grandad, what was it like during 2020? Oh, we had it tough. Back then there were one Christmas with no lettuce. We had to eat BT sandwiches. Prawn cocktails had no lettuce. We only had the nice bits. Oh, it were horrible. Lettuce is something like 90% water. Turn the tap on and imagine the rest. Get over yourself with your lettuce obsession. Because no one wants lettuce. My theory is no one wants lettuce. No one likes lettuce. It's lettuce.
I like lettuce.
Yeah, but no one likes lettuce. You might like lettuce. You don't like lettuce. It's one of those things where if someone could click their like a Infinity War style Thanos, I'm going to click my fingers and all of a sudden lettuce never existed. Life's pretty much the same. Right? It's the butterfly.
Need that crisp.
My ass. It wouldn't change the outcome of anything at all. It's like the butterfly effect. If a butterfly flaps its wings, other side of the planet, there's a hurricane or something like that. You can wipe out all lettuce. All right, I'll have rocket instead. Right, there's always something else. It'd be absolutely fine. And look, don't get me wrong. I think it's to do with panic buying rather than actual. No one cares about lettuce, but if someone says everyone's buying that, we have a tendency to be like, I better buy some then.
Yep.
You can get most things online these days. Calm yourself. Cool your britches. You don't need to panic buy. You can buy anything online. You could buy my book. It's lasted another year despite a pandemic. Highlights from a rough 12 months. Available now on Amazon. So I told you I was good at getting plugs in. But look, I still consider it to be the case that no one cares about lettuce. It's absolutely pointless and there's no reason to panic buy. To find out more, we're joined on the line now by a lettuce. Hello.
Hello, Steve. Yeah, must be nice for you to have me on because, we are quite popular these days. It's good at it. No, but seriously, I mean, I know that a lot of people joke about not liking lettuce. I heard you doing it before. Yeah. And it turns out people do like lettuces. So for you, I think it's sour grapes, which you're more likely to be able to buy than lettuces. Hey, it's nice, isn't it? But no, it is. After all the tough times we've had as lettuces, it's nice to know that if you go in a shop, you won't see a lettuce peeking out over the shelf. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Hey! Oh, good times. No, but people do wonder, why do so many people want a lettuce? Just 'cause. No, the other types as well. Hey! Good times, isn't it? Good times. But I do realise it's all to do with supply chains,
Yeah.
Big queues down in Dover. And it's not just to do with COVID. Brexit, no deal. I never liked Brexit. That's because I am a Romainer. Hey, good times.
I thought you would have voted to leaves.
Don't really get that one, Steve.
Fuck's sake. Thank you for joining us. A lettuce.
You gave yourself the bad joke in that. You thought, well, I'm going to write this script where I made myself squish my eyes and my mouth together in a weird yet slightly attractive way. And you gave yourself, I like it. It's good. It's good. Nice comic balance. Well constructed.
I always do that, though. This is everything I've ever written where I'm writing two parts. I wasn't being insulted and not having the good jokes. I don't know. It speaks to some sort of issues.
That's why you've had me as a comic partner.
Yeah. God.
I'm just one of Steve's creations. I'm a Snapchat image. I'm not a real human
pretty
being.
Good, isn't it? Deep fake.
I'm not a real boy. Someday, when you wish upon a star.
In the comment section, then Utah says lettuce shortage. Does Bugs Bunny know? Oh my days! But exactly, even Bugs Bunny would stick to the carrots. No one needs lettuces. Shades of
You
North.
do need it.
Go on then.
You need a nice iceberg lettuce on a sandwich just to get that nice crunch in the sandwich.
But yeah, because we pretty much all die out if we didn't have a crunch in a sandwich.
But I guess if people are eating all that much lettuce, that's why they need all the toilet paper.
Do you know, my theory would be the other way around, actually. If you run out of toilet paper, that's the only time you need to panic buy lettuce.
Oh,
Break one of them off.
it wouldn't be crispy anymore.
Well, either way, don't eat it. Shades of North says Romaniacs need their vitamin C. Is there vitamin C in lettuce? No, there's nothing in lettuce. It's just water.
Nothing in
Isn't it?
lettuce. It's just water. There's no nutritional value whatsoever.
All right.
I don't think you read this one. Brit's comment about turkey. No, our frozen turkey will be in the fat thaw state soon.
In the what? Sorry.
In the fat thaw state.
As in no. Wait a minute. Our frozen turkey will be in the fat thaw. Oh, as in that kind of thaw with an AW, not the OR like Eric was talking about. I get that.
Got that now. I was reading it right.
I'm still in character from the bit where the lettuce does all the jokes and I don't get them. That must be what's happening.
Exactly. I think that's what's happened.
What else is going on in the messages? I blame Brexit for the lettuce shortage. If only the country had voted Remain. It's in there as well. Nice.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of other types of lettuce to do puns about, because we did the iceberg, did the cos, did the Remain. If anyone can come up with another one, put it in the comments and you'll be a little gem.
Yep. She's just stolen from Brit. She did the little gem.
Did she? Where is it?
Yep. It's there. These lettuce jokes are
little gems.
Really little gems.
Nice. Butterhead.
So,
Never even touched a head. That's the last one.
You can call him out for that, stealing your jokes.
Yep, there it is.
Um,
So when I'm off, just get Brit in.
all right, Brit and Mark.
In fact, should we just take the same week off and just get Brit and Mark to do a show?
I mean, we will be having shows next week, but we'll talk about that at the end. Right. Shall we solve a problem, Steve?
You jump in. You solve a problem.
Right. And the Ko-fi link was there. Of course, you can purchase the drink, the beverage, all those things are
Buy us a
there.
lettuce.
It's Christmas, lettuce. We'll use the money to replace the lettuce, whatever you want to do. Steve, what do you think of the omnibus?
Great invention.
It's a big problem, the omnibus. It's very difficult to solve. And basically what it is, it's a gigantic bill that makes its way through the U.S. Congress to combines other bills and other issues to fund the government and do other things. So what happened is Congress had not passed any COVID relief since around March or April of last year because the U.S. American democracy is the best in the world. Mm. And one of the things that we know in America is that people just need to fend for themselves. And if they can't make it through a virus or a pandemic, then they're weak and they need to be culled. That's basically the core American philosophy. But basically, because of politics and Trump and everything else, they couldn't come up with a package. They finally have passed a bill just in the last couple of days. And so we saw this headline here that says that they came up with $900 million, ending months-long stalemate. But the thing was, it wasn't just a coronavirus bill, Steve. It was an omnibus bill, which also included funding to keep the government operating for like a year or something like that. So they've basically lumped all of these things together. And so it's money for coronavirus. It's money to avoid a shutdown. It basically lots of different things. So, Steve, I thought we would play another quiz.
Quiz time! We need a jingle thing. Why have we not made a jingle thing?
We haven't made a jingly thing.
Next year.
Quiz time, quiz time, quiz time. Hello. How's that?
I can take a recording of that from YouTube after the event and we'll just put a bit of reverb on it. That'll be the jingle.
Quiz time. Okay, anyway, as long as it's to a John Denver tune.
Kenny G.
Not Kenny G, because that bastard fucking takes anything down. Right. So, Steve, we're going to play a game. Guess what's in this bill? Because they threw everything in. They basically had lots of little, what they call earmarks, lots of little sweeteners to get some things done. So we're going to play true or false. Do you think this is included in a bill that was over $1 trillion?
Okay, here we go. Quiz time. Quiz time.
Was there $25 billion in this bill? Some of these things will be related to COVID. Some of these things might not be so related to COVID. Was there $25 billion in rental assistance?
5 billion in rental assistance. Ooh. So I suppose because people can't pay their rent because of all the furloughing.
Yep.
No one's helping me out in the comments section yet because there's a bit of delay on the comments.
Point in the comments if you want to say what you think of the.
I am going to say true.
No Googling.
True.
In my comments. I'm going to tell you right now, Steve. That is correct.
I'm good at this.
All 25 billion is designated to go to Ivanka.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, so only one person can get the assistance. That's how they got it signed. Basically, Mark said false. Wrong. There is a process added into this bill to recognize the next Dalai Lama.
I'm just going to use my thinking.
Are you aware of the whole Dalai Lama thing? Basically, it's reincarnation, and when this Dalai Lama dies, he's born again as Keanu Reeves or something like that.
Right.
There's a movie about it once. It's like a documentary.
It's like Dolly Land, Dolly Parton, Dalai Lama.
Yes, like that. Yep. One of you, the next Dalai Lama is reincarnated as one of Dolly Parton's bosoms.
Okay. Just using my thinking pen.
So basically, is there a process now in the law to say who the next Dalai Lama will be, true or false?
Well, I think Eric needs a spangly quiz jacket and balloons. Don't get him on balloons again.
There's still some balloons left over. Over here.
It looks like, other than that, though, no one's helping. No, the consensus on the comments, we're saying false. We reckon no one is pre-recognizing a future Dolly Parton.
It is true. There is now legislation to recognize the next Dalai Lama, and I'm pleased to reveal, Steve, it's me.
Oh, good.
The comedy thing's kind of dried up, so I figured.
I think all you have to do to be the Dalai Lama these days is just be kind of chill, kind of zen, and then every so often just say something terrible about women's looks.
Yep, that's basically, and that's my wife says I do almost every day. Is there, Steve, in this current bill passed by the American Congress, $2 billion for Space Force?
$2 billion for Space Force.
Branch of the U.S. government launched by Donald Trump, greatest president ever. Copyright 2020.
Utah says who will be the next Doctor Who. That doesn't help me on this one. Let's have a look. I'm going to go true.
That is correct.
Hell yeah.
$2 billion for Space Force. However, all of the money has been designated to pay copyright infringement to Marvel Studios because they've decided to call the new soldiers in the Space Force Guardians.
Darn it.
And the logo looks like Star Trek. But
it does, doesn't it?
That's another settlement that will be coming up. We've got a couple more left. Is there a tax deduction in this bill for business people to dine out at lunch?
Tax deduction for business people.
So you go out for dinner or lunch, you can now write it off on your taxes.
I understood the concept of dining. Thank you.
Translating it for those of you who aren't tax experts.
Those who don't eat.
True or false?
I'm going to go for false. False.
It is true. It is called the 3 Martini Lunch Benefit, and it also requires you by law to drink 3 martinis.
You must be making this up.
I'm not. This is. Would we make anything up on this show?
I don't. That was an actual lettuce I spoke to. What?
Everything is true. In this bill, to prevent COVID from spreading and fund the government, there is now money to establish 3 new museums in the United States.
Why would that help stop COVID spreading?
I'm not here to question.
Oh, you'll define the word dine, but you won't help me with the background for what this museum would do. I suppose museums make people stay at home more if that's the only option for entertainment, so it could help that way. I'm going to go, no one's come up with much in there. Jack says yes, but that was a previous question. I'm going to say false.
Oh, you had it. It's true, because the museums are considered COVID safe because no one wants to go there.
Chris got it right. Chris said true. Damn it.
Last one. Steve, you've done pretty poorly today. I'm going to give you a hint. They've all been true so far. Every single one of these things.
True.
So, final one. Now, I might be saying that just to try and make you think, oh, this last one's going to be false.
True.
Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. You can go either way. It is now illegal to stream shows for commercial profit. To illegally stream shows for commercial profit.
It's now illegal to stream shows.
Illegally stream
Illegally shows.
So to pirate a show and stream it for commercial
So
profit.
is the question, it's now illegal to illegally stream shows?
For commercial profit.
And again, I'm just going to double check on this one. It's now illegal to illegally stream shows for commercial profit. I put it to you that it was already illegal.
No, you could stream a show, your own show, but you can't hijack somebody else's show to stream it and then make money off that.
Yeah. So if it's illegally streaming it, it was already illegal via the transitive property of having the word illegal in the sentence. True.
I don't write the laws.
I don't write the laws, no. No, but someone presses copy and paste by the looks of it. So.
That is true. It is now included in the bill to prevent the spread of COVID. You can no longer illegally stream. So they are trying to contain some sort of spread.
Wow.
And it could include this show, Steve, if we made a profit.
Hey, people can already illegally stream this. This should not stream it, but they can download it on BitTorrents. This show is available on the dodgiest website, the Pirate Bay.
And that helps the donations. Anyway, so there you go. That's our latest quiz.
I don't know why, but people watch this for free on stream and put some money in the pot. People who download it off the dark web might put some money in the pot. We might get some Bitcoin.
Just don't do it illegally.
I don't mind.
For commercial profit.
That's the bit we don't like. If you're making money off this show, just do us a favor and tell us how.
There we go. We appreciate your contributions. And also, if you can't contribute, you can always share the show and watch back old episodes and that kind of thing. Subscribe to the channel, that kind of stuff.
Mark says, Chris 5, Steve 3, Mark 1. Mark! Oh!
Damn.
That's even lower than just random chance.
Disappointed in you, Mark.
Yeah. I mean, mine was random chance. I got 3. That was just going to happen.
There we go. Is that it? Are we out of problems? Are we out of time?
Yeah, we've done the problems. Well, we did 42 minutes worth of a half-hour show, which is not bad.
Not bad. That's not bad.
That's worth putting some money in the pot.
We will be back next Tuesday with brand new content. Is that right?
Yeah.
Or Thursday. Tuesday and Thursday. I forgot what day it was.
Oh, yeah. So we're Tuesday this week. Mark reminding us that he won last time. All right. Well, no one likes a winner. I'm not sure if that's the phrase.
But we will have brand new shows throughout the Christmas and New Year's Eve period.
Yeah, so this Thursday is Christmas Eve, 9 o'clock. We'll have a shortened one for festive reasons, but we'll just in and out, bosh, 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 some jokes about Christmas. Next Thursday, which is New Year's Eve, and then 2021. What could possibly go wrong?
Will that be the start of Series 3, do you think? We haven't decided yet. Is that going to end this series?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. It's very important to get these things right. The timing. You want to end the series on a high.
Yeah, maybe, because then it'll feel nice to start Series 3 at the start of the year. Shades of North says, is there going to be a test after? Always.
Yeah.
And then Chris says, men with beards are just men without beards with beards. You know, it's always bad when I'm enjoying the show more than other people. I have to put some money in the flipping pot now.
Yep, you're going to contribute. So there we go. So, yeah, we'll be back on Christmas Eve with a special show dedicated to Christmas.
Yeah.
And
you got anything you need to plug? Any books you want to mention?
No books. Thanks for mentioning that. But I do have a podcast.
Yeah.
American Exchange. People can check out the podcast. Just interviewed somebody talking about the Georgia Senate race, and it was really fascinating. I think I might have offended her, so have a listen to that. Brilliant.
What do people search for to find that?
It's called American Exchange. It's on all the podcasty platforms, or you can go to my Twitter, the Erich McElroy that's on there, and you can find the links to it there. But if you just Google American Exchange podcast, it will happen.
Brilliant. And if you would like to fill the ebook, there's a paperback version available, but I will be brutally honest, I make more money off the ebook. I mean, Jeff Bezos makes more money out of any of the things. It doesn't matter which you do. But yeah, if you could buy it on the ebook, that would help me. Also, if you do have... Yeah, go on. What was your...
Chris says he's got the book.
You got the book? Have you got the ebook or the paperback book? They can't have delivered the paperback already, could they?
I don't know. He says he's got it. He probably got it illegally before Congress passed the law.
Do you know what? That is true that I did when I got the ebook set up. There's a thing you can click that stops people copying it and forwarding it on. And I am such an open sourcer. So no. So at some point, people might be illegally copying it and putting it on Pirate Bay, but I won't, because this is one of the few things I make money from. But not as much money as Jeff Bezos makes.
You never give me a copy.
You can have one. You can have one.
Yeah. Chris has got the ebook. Chris,
Nice.
just send it to me.
Nice. Well, I can send you an actual paperback.
Can you send me a signed version of the ebook?
I can, but I'll sign it by, what was the name of that baseballer, the baseball player that you signed your baseball? Your dad signed
What
it.
is the name of that baseball player? Babe fucking Ruth. There is no other baseball player.
Well, in that case, no wonder he won. Must be really easy to score really highly.
Yes,
Just
I
throw
do have
the
an
ball up.
autographed ball that says Babe Ruth on it.
I'll sign it Babe Ruth then.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll do the ebook. I'll sign your Kindle. So yeah, that's available. You can search on Amazon, will be very much appreciated. And yeah, I was going to describe it as, it's all the newspaper columns from all the different newspapers that I write for. And by going through to edit it, I thought, oh, it'll be like all the previous ones. Just let's have a look at some of the jokes. But it is like watching society break. Because January, it's just jokes about the honours list and some stuff in the news. February, it's something silly that's called Corona. And then March kicks in, and it's just like watching like the actual emotion of break and death and everything else that happened in my life over the last year. And there's one article that really breaks my heart. I don't know if you've read it yet, Chris, but the one where I say, I finally had a pint, and it reads like, we're going back into the pubs. Everything's gonna be fine now. Oh, God. That's halfway through the book, and I was wrong. Spoiler alert. Don't want to ruin the end of the book for you, but they bring in a tier 4 near Christmas.
Did you put into that article, oh, everything's really going well now? And that's why.
It might have been. I kept tempting fate. Kept doing it. Question says, Jack, what is your pre-show play-out music? I like it. We never hear it. I can't remember what it sounds like anymore. Can you remember what it sounds like?
Dun, 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 dun. Something like that.
What was that again? Because I think that's going to be the backing music to the jingle about doing a quiz.
Dun, 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 dun.
So, Jack, hopefully that sorts you out for what you need. I've enjoyed this more than I should. Simple as that. It's been a long one.
There we go. It's almost Christmas. We can enjoy life for once, for a little tiny bit.
So I think we're done. Yeah, if you could chuck some money in the pot, that would be really appreciated. It keeps this project going. We also have, in the new year, we'll have more goals to keep this going. Series 3, better cameras, better graphics. We're both learning green screen. This shit gonna be the bomb.
It's gonna be tasty.
It's gonna be tasty shit on a bed of lettuce. Slightly funky American late 70s blues. Yes, that. That one. No idea what it's called. I can, if you can track me down on, send me a tweet or something, I'll be able to get the name of it. But right now,
we'll find it.
I think we're all done until
here we go.
Yeah, Thursday at 9:00.
We'll see you there. Thanks very much for watching.